That bronze knurled drive mode dial isn't a styling element. It's a precision-machined control interface, and it tells you exactly what kind of brief this Colorado was built from. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the bronze Apex exists as a separate platform decision, not a color package. There's one center console decision here that no midsize truck has attempted at the factory level. And is this worth the premium over a standard ZR2? My answer will depend on how you use a truck. We're covering the cabin, the exterior engineering, and the powertrain brief. This didn't start as a consumer project. Here's what stops me immediately, and it's not the bronze wheels, and it's not the full-width LED taillight bar. It's the carbon fiber center console panel. Carbon fiber on the center console of a mid-size production truck is a weight and structural decision, not a cosmetic one. The console substrate carries significant lateral load transfer during off-road articulation. When the chassis flexes, the console is one of the first interior elements to telegraph that movement to the driver. A carbon fiber panel is dimensionally stiffer and roughly 40% lighter than an injection-molded plastic equivalent. On a platform running lifted suspension and 33-inch mud terrain tires, that matters. Speculative tech number 1. An integrated flex sensor console platform, embedding strain gauges within the carbon substrate, reading chassis flex in real time, and feeding that data to the suspension ECU. When the sensors detect torsional load at the console, indicating significant chassis articulation, the adaptive dampers pre-adjust stiffness at the loaded corners before wheel unload occurs. No mid-size truck has attempted this feedback loop at factory level. That's the structural philosophy. Now let's see what's built around it. The cabin delivers a two-tone story in dark charcoal leather and bronze tone leather inserts, and the execution is more deliberate than it first appears. Dark perforated leather covers the primary seating surfaces. Bronze leather occupies the upper bolster and headrest crown. The contrast isn't random. Placing the lighter material at the bolster top reduces the visual weight of the seat, making the cabin feel wider than it is. For a mid-size truck cab that's narrower than a full-size platform, that's a smart visual engineering call. The steering wheel carries the bronze accent theme through the spoke inserts and bow tie center badge, same PVD finish spec as the exterior wheels. Every bronze element inside this cabin uses the same surface treatment as the exterior hardware. That material consistency is expensive to execute across mixed substrates, and it's the detail that separates a considered special edition from a graphics package. The infotainment runs a landscape 11-inch screen framed in bronze bezel, with physical bronze knurled rotary controls flanking both sides. Speculative tech number 2, a terrain context UI that reads the active drive mode and automatically reorganizes the infotainment home screen. Trail mode surfaces approach angle and suspension travel data. Highway mode surfaces navigation and media. The screen adapts to the operational context without driver input. For anyone who's fumbled through menus trying to find off-road data while already on a trail, that's the engineering answer. Where I think they've missed, the door armrest is full soft leather, well executed, but the door panel above it uses a soft-touch plastic that doesn't match the console quality. At this specification level, that inconsistency is noticeable. The cabin makes its argument clearly. The exterior and powertrain story is where the backstory of this platform fully reveals itself. Here's what I'm hearing about where this brief originated. The bronze Apex reportedly started as a concept for a search and rescue fleet operator who needed capability, interior durability, and recognition at range. The bronze finish was that recognition spec. The consumer truck kept it. Here's the origin piece. The bronze Apex reportedly started as a concept for a search and rescue fleet operator needing capability, interior durability, and recognition at range. The bronze finish was that recognition spec. The consumer truck kept it. Start at the rear. That full-width LED taillight bar with Colorado and lettering in the tailgate is a recognition signature at range, exactly what a fleet identification brief would require. The bronze lower bumper accent carries through from the wheel finish, creating a consistent visual band at the lower third of the vehicle. Fender flares are bolted, accommodating the wider track the Z71 suspension geometry requires. The lift appears substantial. I'd estimate 2.5 inches over stock, based on arch gap proportion against the standard Colorado's 8.1-inch ground clearance, putting this close to 11. The mud terrain tires look to be 33-inch diameter. At that size on a mid-size platform, differential gearing recalibration is essential. A factory build at this level should have its standard. The front fascia carries an integrated winch mount in the lower bumper, auxiliary LED pods flanking the grille openings, and a hood with a functional vent running down the centerline. Hood venting under sustained high-load operation prevents heat soak in the engine bay, not decoration. This design holds up because every bronze accent element uses PVD coating, not paint. It won't chip on trail debris or fade under UV exposure over a 5-year ownership cycle. The exterior makes the capability statement. Now let's see if the powertrain backs it up. Platform baseline, the 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 310 horsepower and 390 foot-pounds of torque through an 8-speed automatic. In the Z71 off-road application, torque availability from 1500 RPM is the relevant number for low-speed technical terrain. Against a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro at 278 horsepower and 317 foot-pounds of torque, for anyone who's driven a loaded Tacoma on a sustained climb, the Colorado's 73 foot-pound torque advantage is immediately noticeable in gear selection behavior and climbing confidence. Speculative tech number 3, predictive torque preload using GPS topographic data to pre-engage the front differential and bias torque forward up to 1.5 seconds before a mapped grade begins. Standard AWD systems engage reactively after front wheel spin is detected. A predictive system uses known terrain data to eliminate that reaction delay entirely. The capability picture is complete. Now let's talk about whether the price picture holds up alongside it. Now, here's what I actually think. Completely straightforward. The search and rescue origin explains the bronze recognition finish, the carbon console durability, and the exterior lighting specification. This wasn't built to look capable, it was built to be deployable. Pricing. Expect a window sticker between $52,000 and $62,000 depending on configuration. Context, a fully loaded Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro runs $58,000. Similar money, comparable off-road credentials, but no carbon console, no cohesive bronze material specification, and a cabin that doesn't carry this level of interior execution. A Ford Ranger Raptor lands around $54,000 with genuine performance off-road pedigree, but no factory knurled control interface and a less resolved interior color language. The Bronze Apex commands a premium and delivers a distinguishable specification at every contact point. On depreciation. Limited production special editions with genuine mechanical differentiation and a PVD finish that won't degrade have historically held residual value better than standard Z71 configurations. If you're planning a 4-year hold, that PVD durability advantage over painted special editions translates directly to trade-in value. Factor that in before the sticker price closes the conversation. Here's the call. If you want the most coherently specified factory mid-size off-road truck in the segment right now, interior, exterior, and capability aligned to a single brief, this is the strongest option available. If peak horsepower is your primary requirement, the Ranger Raptor gives you a more dynamic platform for slightly less money. The Bronze Apex earns its premium through intention. At the open, I said that bronze knurled dial wasn't styling. Having walked the full brief, it's an operational specification that survived from a fleet requirement all the way to a production truck you can buy today. I genuinely like your perspective, especially if you've owned a Colorado ZR2 or compared it against a Tacoma TRD Pro on real terrain. Drop it below. Bronze Apex versus Tacoma TRD Pro. That's the next one. Subscribe if this analysis is what you're here for. See you then.